Welcome to Spark Joy, the podcast dedicated to celebrating the KonMari method and the transformative power of surrounding yourself with joy and letting go of all the rest. With your hosts and certified KonMari consultants, Kristyn Ivy and Karin Sochi. And now, here's the show.
Once again, it's time for a very special episode of Spark Joy Podcast. 2 years and 100 episodes later, we're so happy to announce that this is Spark Joy Podcast's second anniversary special. As longtime listeners know, Karin and I first met at the second ever KonMari Consultant training in San Francisco and started our own businesses in New York and Chicago, The Serene Home and For the Love of Tidy, respectively.
Sometime during those first few months after our initial training, we decided that we wanted to share in a bigger way how KonMari made a huge difference in our lives. And we wanted to help others committed to making a change in their homes and, yes, even in their personal relationships.
Our goal for the show remains to invite guests who have interesting perspectives and inspiring journeys to share related to organizing and living a life of joy. So far, we've interviewed nearly 70 guests and presented over 30 episodes focusing on KonMari-specific topics.
And this show happens to be our 100th episode.
We're thrilled at how you, our listeners, have responded. Last year at this time, we celebrated 250,000 downloads, but brace yourselves, we're very pleased to share on our second anniversary, we've hit over 1.5 million downloads, thanks to a very active and engaged community, all working towards their own KonMari goals.
2019 has definitely been an exciting year for both the show as well as our individual tidying businesses. We both reached some big milestones. I became the first master level KonMari consultant in January, and Kristyn leveled up to platinum. Collectively, we've tidied over 5,000 hours with clients who are committed to making a change in their homes and life.
This year, we've also launched the Spark Joy Club on Patreon, and the response has been amazing. If you haven't joined yet, here's more. The question, does it spark joy, is a simple one, but not so easy to execute alone. Extend your tidying experience by joining the Spark Joy Club, our online community filled with our clients, fellow listeners, and KonMari enthusiasts ready to support your journey.
If you find yourself buried under clothing, stuck on storage, or pointing fingers at untidy housemates or family members, we want to help you finish your tidying journey once and for all.
Support the show at the Joy Riser level and receive access to our exclusive virtual community, as well as the Tidy Home Joy Journal, your #1 tidying companion.
Visit sparkjoypodcast.com and click on Join the Club to get started. And now back to the show.
A special welcome and thank you to our newest Spark Joy Club members, Fisher Woodward, Lizel Kofim, Elizabeth Blount, and Melinda De Jesus.
Now for our big announcement. It's giveaway time. We've doubled your chances of receiving a gift of joy from the Spark Joy podcast this year. To celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Spark Joy, we're giving away copies of Marie Kondo's tidying sequel, Spark Joy, an illustrated masterclass on the art of organizing and tidying up, to 3 lucky Spark Joy podcast listeners.
These books are very special because they're signed by the Queen of Tidy herself. And additionally, on behalf of For the Love of Tidy, I will be offering a 2-hour virtual tidying lesson to 1 lucky Spark Joy listener. This includes an overview of KonMari fundamentals, vision mapping to identify your ideal lifestyle and living environment, and tidying advice to address your most pressing clutter challenges.
We're also giving away 1 honorary membership to the Spark Joy Club at the coveted Joy Sparker level.
And finally, we're offering a copy of Marie Kondo's highly anticipated new children's book, Kiki and Jax, The Life-Changing Magic of Friendship, which will be officially released later this year.
To be eligible for all of the prizes above, all you need to do is head over to sparkjoypodcast.com/reviews for detailed instructions on how to leave a review via iTunes. Once there, follow the Apple instructions to leave us a rating and review in iTunes to help us reach more ears, minds, and hearts.
And the final, most important step to being eligible for this giveaway is to send an email to contact@sparkjoypodcast.com to let us know you've left us a review and what screen name you left it under. This will act as your official entry, so don't forget this step. It is the only way we can officially log you as entered into the contest.
You'll want to submit your star rating and review by November 26, 2019. We'll announce the winners during our season finale Best of show that will air on December the 3rd.
Spark Joy is currently a 4.5 star rated podcast. Here's a peek about what listeners are saying about our show.
Here's a review from Tina in North Carolina. So much joy. I just found your podcast recently and have been going through both the latest episode and the older ones that seem to ring with me at the moment. Rarely have I found an episode that I haven't learned something new or a great new source of information. Your guests are as awesome as you both. Thank you for the gift of information and spreading the KonMari love.
Thank you, Tina. We also have a review here from Monaru123. This listener said, like a prayer, yes, as in Madonna's song. If KonMari were a religion, Spark Joy Podcast would be my morning prayer. Wake up and be awesome. Every episode is pure gold, the inspiration I need not only to keep my tidying festival going, but to know I can do something towards my vision, be better every day.
Yeah, that's a great vision. And finally, we have a review from Rachel Buell. This podcast sparks all the joy. Karin and Kristyn are a delight. I love all the guests they bring on and the topics they cover. This is a perfect supplement to the KonMari process. I love how realistic they are about the process and how they unpack each subcategory and caveats you may encounter. I literally feel like we're just sitting down and chatting over a glass of wine every time I listen. Highly recommended. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, we should do that the next anniversary show.
Thank you again, everyone, for all your support.
Remember, run, don't walk. Head on over to sparkjoypodcast.com/reviews for instructions on how to leave a star rating and written review on iTunes. Then shoot an email to contact@sparkjoypodcast.com with your username for a chance to win one of 6 prizes we have for our listeners this year.
Don't forget, you have until November 26th to enter, and we'll announce our winners during our Best of show on December the 3rd. And thanks again for all of your support.
So now we want to hear from you. Tell us your burning tidying questions or share stories about how KonMari has impacted your life.
Head over to Apple Podcasts to subscribe and review the show, which helps us reach others along their tidying journeys.
To extend your tidying experience, you can join the Spark Joy Club.
Visit sparkjoypodcast.com and click Join the Club to become a member of the Spark Joy community or join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Thanks for tuning in, and we hope your day sparks joy.
Thank you for listening to Spark Joy with your hosts Kristyn Ivy of For the Love of Tidy in Chicago and Karin Sochi of The Serene Home in New York City. Spark Joy, the podcast, is not endorsed by or affiliated with KonMari Media, Inc. The opinions expressed on this episode represent the views of the co-hosts and guests alone and do not represent the corporate position of KonMari Media, Inc. or the KonMari Consultant community.